Boxing truth here. All right, let's talk about a fighter that nobody talks about. Not that what I see. I don't really watch many channels nowadays, maybe less than a handful. But let's talk about a fighter no one talks about in the 154-pound division or in boxing, period. But in my opinion, I feel who's the best 154-pounder in the world. He is definitely the best junior middleweight in the world. He just hasn't had a chance to prove that, since there's still some guys in the division that he has to fight. But he has already accomplished some things in the division, has won a world title, a regular world title, didn't get the decision against Arizona Lara, a fight that was a well-deserved decision. Got robbed of a earned victory over Lara. Lara can thank Uncle Al for saving him from another L, another devastating defeat. But I'm talking about Brian Castano, the Argentinian fighter, undefeated, 30 years old, is now on the verge of a real world title shot, as he's the mandatory number one contender for the WBO. I just love the mandatories, man. Sometimes we get legitimate fights when it comes to these mandated bouts. That's what I love about mandatories. And also, another reason why I love mandatories, it forces a promoter to do business with a promoter they usually don't do business with, whether it's PBC or Golden Boy or vice versa. But we're going to get a Golden Boy versus PBC related fight here, as Brian Castano is going to fight Teixeira, the Brazilian champion for the WBO at 154 pounds, a Golden Boy promoted fighter. Golden Boy versus PBC in a mandated bout. It must have been hell for Golden Boy to come to terms for a deal to take place between Teixeira and Brian Castano. But they were able to get it over the line. They were able to get it done. So it could have gone to purse bid, but neither party wanted that. There's a potential that neither of the promoters could actually gain the rights or control of the actual bout, as other promoters are free to bid as they please. But this fight is significant because PBC is on the verge of gaining control of all the 154-pound belts. They're just missing that one last piece, and that was the WBO. Munguia was champion for a long time. Prior to Teixeira, Munguia moved up, looking for bigger fish to fry, bigger things in the middleweight division. He has his own plan in the middleweight division. And another Golden Boy promoted fighter was actually able to gain that strap, as Teixeira caused a minor upset when he defeated Carlos Adames. Both very flawed fighters. Teixeira was able to pull through a well-deserved victory in what was a pretty damn good fight. Both are very flawed fighters. I don't know what the hell top-ranked matchmakers ever saw on Carlos Adames. He pretty much proved that he wasn't ever going to be much when he failed to make a statement against Errol Spence leftovers. But Teixeira is another case where the guy is just too flawed to really be a long-reigning champion. Golden Boy knows this. That's why they try to make a Terrence Crawford fight. They wanted to cash him out, since the guy is he's a decent puncher, big for the division, but the guy he's got a really trash defense. Couldn't really defend a counter punch to save his life. And Castano is going to beat this chump. It's going to be a landslide victory, and Castano is going to gain the WBO strap in the 154-pound division and gain the very last piece of the puzzle for PBC to gain control of all the belts in the 154-pound division. But let me tell you right now, if Castano is given a fair shake, it's going to be him that comes out of the top of this 154-pound pool. He is the most complete fighter of everyone in the division. He's one of the more accomplished fighters in the division. one of the more experienced fighters in the division in terms of his amateur background, who he's defeated in the amateurs, and what he's accomplished as a pro. Having to go to France and face tough fighters. His name escapes me right now. I forgot his name. The fighter from France, the top contender that he beat. He also beat another experienced fighter. He also has wins over also a very impressive knockout win in his latest victory. Felt he had a clear-cut win over Lara. I thought he dominated. It was somewhat competitive, but it was a clear-cut win that he should have deserved. A rematch was never occurred because Lara knew what would have happened if the rematch did occur. But let me tell you right now, Brian Castano can really fight. He's a tremendous pressure fighter. He's short for the division, but he makes up for it with his pressure and sharp punches and counter-punching ability. He mixes his punches up very well, lets his hands go. He's strong, he's sturdy, he's very aggressive, knows how to box, knows how to fight very well in the pocket. He's a really damn good prize fighter, man. And I'm looking forward to his potential reign as WBO king in the 154-pound division. He's going to dispatch Teixeira rather easily. Teixeira is a decent puncher but can't defend for his life. Has one of the most trash defenses in the game and when it comes to the champions in the boxing world. Castano is going to relieve Teixeira of his strap, and PBC, they're going to have some fights to make. You got Ravello, the unified champion, but I don't see a very long reign. I finally seen some footage on Ravello. I'm not that impressed. He's a big, strong guy. He throws his punches well, good technique, but he's a big ass target. He's not invincible. Let's just put it that way. He'll get beat eventually. Jamel Charlo, another flawed fighter who was able to escape in the rematch with a knockout win over a very flawed Tony Harrison. The point is, there's good fighters in the 154-pound division, but there's really no dominant force in the division. But that's where Brian Castano comes in. This is the guy that can separate himself from the pack. This is the guy that can be a unified, perhaps undisputed champion in the division. The guy is a really good fighter, has a win over Daryachenko in the amateurs, in the World Series of Boxing. He's very experienced at that weight class, has been there for a long time, and hopefully he gets the opportunities to prove that he's the best, because I got Castano all day over little ass Jamel Charlo. I got him all day over Teixeira, and I would pick him to beat Ravello, or if somehow Julian Williams was able to turn the tables in a rematch, which I don't expect. This guy right here is the class, the 154-pound division. Brian Castano, he's coming from Argentina. Put some respect on Castano's name. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.